And we were worried if those stills could make enough fresh water for us to survive.
We didn't know it was gonna rain last night.
Now they're reservoirs.
Breakfast! Come and get it!
What the rest of it?
Come on, that looks good.
Yeah, man, am I hungry?
Anything will look good right about now.
Didn't think you missed breakfast. Good work, son. Where have you been, CT?
Up there, holding up the flag.
CT, it's upside down.
Yeah, it's a distress signal. Grandpa told me about. Just fly it upside down.
Good work.
Good. Where'd it go?
2 bites and breakfast will be over.
We have to cut way back. We left port with only 5 days of rations.
Well, it's pretty obvious we're gonna have to find our food somehow.
On this rock? Starvation City, ma'am.
But there's all the ocean.
She's right. We should start fishing.
Ramon, if we have to count on your fishing for our meals, we better get rescued by lunchtime.
Now look, it's low tide. We could gather a lot of stuff over there.
Well, it's a good thing I got these. Ta-da!
Wild strawberries, where'd you get those?
Just up there in the field. There's tons more of them, too.
On this rock? That's good work, CT. We're gonna need a lot of stuff like this.
Hey, look, there's something for our dinner. Beach peas.
Are they any good?
They're okay. Cook them just like garden peas.
How do you know all this?
Mom, she finds these all over Lake Erie. There are all kinds of plants you can eat. Gotta watch out, though. See those flowers?
Those?
Yep. They're poisonous. All irises are poisonous.
Who eats flowers anyways?
A lot of flowers are good to eat. Violets, nasturtiums, wild mustard.
Hey, Rachel! Look at the osprey! Look, he got one!
You got a flounder!
What about this?
Don't touch it.
Is it poisonous?
I don't know, but the rule is, if you don't know exactly what it is, you don't touch it, you don't eat it.
Gotcha. Well, that bucket's pretty full. Let's head back.
You go ahead. I'm just gonna go look around for some more stuff.
All right. Be careful.
Yep. Do that.
Ano ba, Cal? Sea moss and sea lettuce.
Seaweed?
Hey, in Nova Scotia and in Scotland, they dry some kind of seaweeds and sell it at a soccer game instead of hot dogs.
Well, look what I've got. Clams and mussels. We're gonna have a feast.
That's great, Rachel. Only I'm afraid we can't use them.
Why? What do you mean?
The red tide.
What?
They could be poisonous.
Hey, I have eaten clams and stuff I gathered myself. My dad and I do it all the time.
Yes, but those are at beaches that have been checked.
Well, what is this red tide anyway? The water's not red.
It doesn't have to be red.
It's called red tide because sometimes it does make the water look reddish. Actually, it's a microalgae the clams and mussels eat. It doesn't hurt them, but it can kill or paralyze humans that eat the shellfish that have eaten the algae. Since we don't know if these waters have been checked for the algae, well...
Well, I guess we better not take the chance.
Hey, there are other fish in the sea.
Look!
Hey! A lobster!
Is it safe?
Sure, it doesn't eat the algae. Langosta! Over here!
Lobster! Woo!
Sorry, baby. I hate to do this to you.
Arthur, how's it going? Any rescue bulletins? Whoa, you have to take apart your box?
Yeah, I have to see if I can find the parts to fix the transmitter on the VHF.
Arthur, that's great. All this stuff edible?
According to CT.
Great.
Hey, everybody.
CT. What'd you get? What's that?
Cow parsnip. Smell.
Let me smell.
Smells good.
And I got reindeer moss. It's good with soup. Red clover. You can use the young leaves and the tips as greens. And I got these dandelion greens, salad, boil. And I got this.
CT. Wow! You caught that? Gross!
What was that?
Rabbit. How did you trap it? Set a snare.
Oh, CT.
Have you ever eaten rabbit?
Sure, it's great.
CT, we've got all this other stuff. You didn't have to go out and kill a poor rabbit.
Hey, look, I didn't know you were gonna get all that. All I knew was that we needed food. Real bad. I got us some. Rabbit meat is food.
Killing a rabbit is not the same. It's different from pulling seaweed or killing a crab.
How?
It just is. I mean, a rabbit can think. A crab hardly has a brain at all, and rabbits, people have rabbits as pets. They don't have pet crabs or pet lobsters.
I don't know, Rachel. This is guy in Brooklyn. He has a pet snail, calls it John Travolta. Dude's weird, though.
Look, I caught this thing for everybody. It wasn't easy, you know.
Fine, but I'm not gonna eat it.
You eat hamburgers, don't you?
Yes.
Hot dogs, steak, pork chops, fried chicken.
Okay. But I don't go out and kill it.
Somebody has to.
Look, I've even had cows and pigs for pets, and they're all food if you decide you need to eat them.
Everything lives off of something else that lives, or used to live. Even clams, right?
Yep.
I don't know. I gotta think about this.
Well, you don't want to think on an empty stomach. So let's get cooking, okay? You want to try one? Well, these peas are done. It's hot. Now, want one?
Are they real hot?
No, not too hot at all.
Me and you got these, Spencer. Man, is the seaweed almost ready?
You want to take the first taste? There's a big chunk.
Wait, I only want a little bit. I don't know if I like it or not.
1, 2, 3. It's good.
It's great. Goody.
Okay, we need plates and we need glasses.
Excuse me. Excuse
And
me.
look at this.
Oh, all right.
A la CT.
Oh, we gotta get these sticks out of him.
Spoons by glass.
I've never had lobster before.
What's that? Well, Captain
You are in for a treat.
This is almost as good as your rabbit.
Every single thing on this table we gathered with our own hands.
Even the centerpiece.
That's your food.
That's the floral arrangement.
They need that again. Suspense is killing me. Let's eat.
Okay, forks.
How about your knife, Grandpa?
Well, pass it down.
Hey, Arthur. Hey, Arthur, you want some?
Okay.
Now, see in there?
Captain?
There's all the meat. And also, you suck over there.
Let's see how this tastes.
Pass them all like that.
Look at this is where the crab meat is.
Beef, Captain.
No, it's cool.
Nothing like Maine lobster.
How about some more seaweed? There's lots of seaweed.
Get a grip on it here. There we go. Look at that.
Smoke.
The rabbit's good. Everything's good.
Yeah.
It's amazing because you don't need butter, you don't need anything.
Hey, CT.
I'm doing okay.
I'm sorry I got all bent out of shape this afternoon. I mean, it is pretty amazing that you caught that thing.
It's okay. Thanks.
You thinking of becoming a vegetarian?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I gotta get used to this. Yum.
I don't know, CT, whether I like that rabbit better or this lobster better. What do you think?
You like the rabbit?
Captain Granville, do you want some of this crab?
Oh, what do you got, lobster?
That's the roe.
What's a roll?
There's the eggs.
The eggs?
What?
That's a delicacy.
Oh. Like they say in football, I'll pass.
Have a little bit.
Eat it.
That is the
Pull it
food.
out. Pull it out.
Pull it out, pull it out.
Come out whole.
There it
Bite
is.
Isn't that good?
There's something I'd like to say. This is a real fine meal. And if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here to enjoy it. You saved my life, and you saved my boat. I don't know which I value more.
Hey.
I've never sailed with a finer crew. Thanks.
Here's to Captain Granville.
Hey.
Hey.
Lady my cup. Thank you, Captain. It's the best water I ever tasted.
Hi, my name is Mark Graham. This is the New Alchemy Institute on Cape Cod in Massachusetts. I volunteered here to work, as you can see, to learn more about what they do. The people at New Alchemy are working on ways to grow food and build shelter without wasting energy or polluting the environment. They study natural systems from models, learning from nature instead of trying to outsmart it. New Alchemy has about 20 full-time workers who do research and design education programs for the public. They run a small farm as a laboratory, researching natural organic methods. They have designed and built several solar-heated greenhouses so they can raise food all year, even in the cold winters of New England. Animals contribute in more ways than one. The geese mow the lawn and fertilize the grass. Tropical fish fertilize the plants in the greenhouses and are delicious to eat. Greg Watson is a science teacher and environmental expert who has worked here for 4 years. He showed me around, starting my tour at the compost pile. New Alchemy doesn't waste a thing.
13 years ago, when we first took over this abandoned dairy farm, we were told that we'd never be able to grow food here because the soil was too sandy and too nutrient poor.
How wrong they were.
Well, no, they weren't wrong. And rather than get discouraged, what we decided we'd do is start a campaign, and the first major project we would undertake would be to rebuild the soil. And we do that by composting.
When leaves and plants die, they rot and add nutrients to the soil, making it possible for new plants to grow. So at New Alchemy, instead of using chemical fertilizer, which is made out of oil, they make their own natural fertilizer called compost. What happens when something rots is that tiny microscopic organisms eat it, digest it, and their waste material is what's left. That is the fertile compost. A pile of plant material like this would take a couple of years to rot completely. At New Alchemy, they can make it happen in 2 or 3 weeks by giving the microorganisms extra water, air, and nitrogen. They turn the pile daily to air it and add manure to provide nitrogen.
Our original emphasis on composting is what led to our coming up with the name the New Alchemy Institute. The old alchemists, people back in medieval times, were people that reputedly could turn lead, a worthless material back then, into gold, probably the most valuable substance back then as far as most people were concerned. What we do is take materials that most people in our society consider to be worthless. As a matter of fact, want to get rid of it. You're right. Rotten fruit, rotten vegetables, leaves, dead flowers, and putting it in a compost bin and creating an environment whereby it can be broken down by microorganisms, turn it into the most valuable substance in the world as far as we're concerned. And that's topsoil, the source of life.
This turns into that, all right?
That's right.
Dinner time.
Dinner time, and that's what it's all about.
When the organisms eat the plant material, the chemical process of digestion produces heat, just like our bodies produce heat as we digest food. Only they get a lot hotter than we do. These compost piles can get up to 160 degrees.
You'll come over here and you take a look at what the final product looks like while we're doing all this work. And basically you can see it's soil. If you stick your hand deep down in, some of the still go ahead. Really get it in there. Tell me what the temperature feels like as you get deeper in.
It's warm. Very warm.
And if you could get it down deeper, you'd find out that it actually gets very hot. And we don't want to lose you there. It's that's the action of living organisms inside the soil.
One place they use the compost is in the greenhouses. They're heated only by the sun, even in winter.
More complicated, but basically what we have here is a geodesic dome. Geodesic dome.
Geodesic dome.
And the principle is that the geodesic dome incorporates 2 important features of geometry. One is that, as you can see, its shape approaches a sphere.
Yeah.
One of the things that a sphere does, a bubble, is that it encloses a maximum amount of inside volume, space, and uses the least amount of surface area, outside area, to do it. So we can build a greenhouse like this that incorporates a lot of inside space and uses the least amount of material to cover it. And also, as you can see, all the panels here, each one of these is triangulated.
Right.
Triangle's the only geometric polygon or many-sided figure that holds its shape, that's rigid and strong. And what that allows us to do is to build a structure with very little material. These are aluminum struts right here.
Aluminum?
Aluminum, covered with wooden batting, but that allows us to build a structure that can withstand hurricane force winds much stronger than what we're experiencing right now, as a matter of fact. Speeds up to 100 miles per hour.
100 miles per hour?
And more. After you, Mark.
It's hot in here.
It is.
fact, I'm gonna take this off.
You know, we get really warm temperatures throughout the fall and the winter inside here. Again, spring-like throughout the winter and summer-like in the fall.
Is this water?
This is water. Remember a while back when I told you that we looked to nature to give us our models for design? Well,
Yeah.
we figured most of the Earth, 3/4 or so, is covered by water. Water has the ability to slowly take in heat energy, store it, and then slowly release it so the temperature changes gradually instead of very abruptly like on a desert. So we use water to store that heat energy inside this particular greenhouse and all of our greenhouses as a matter of fact. We call our greenhouses bioshelters. Bioshelters, and they always have three major components. Passive solar architecture, that's the plastic skin that allows the sunlight to come in. Get a little raindrop there.
Yes.
We have agricultural systems where we raise our vegetables, and we have aquaculture, or fish farming systems whereby we raise fish. It's a source of food. We try to make multiple use of all the resources that we have. Don't do just one thing if you possibly can. We raise fish inside here, we store heat in the water, and we'll even take the byproducts of the fish, their waste products, and use it to irrigate our plants as fertilizer. So we try to integrate or to combine the systems whenever possible. That's how nature works. The process is called symbiosis, and it's a form of
say it again?
symbiosis.
Symbiosis.
And it's a form of cooperation between all living things on Earth. For instance, right here in this particular pond right here, we've got fish, and the fish are going to swim and they're going to eat, but they're also going to deposit their waste. Now, what would happen to this body of water if we didn't do anything to it as this fish continually drop their waste inside?
It'd be gross.
Exactly. Not only would it be gross.
This one?
That's right, but it would actually poison the fish after a while. The water would become too polluted. That's why we have this particular plant here that we call water hyacinth. Now, the water hyacinth floats on top of the body of water. As a matter of fact, if you see here, each one of these little pods here is filled with air. And it's almost like a little float that keeps this on top of the water. And dangling directly beneath the body, the root system. These roots will take up the fish waste and take it in and use it as food and grow. And as they do it, they clean the water for us. They become our biological filters for the water. They purify the water for us. And then when we get too many of the water hyacinth, because they'll grow and grow and grow and multiply, we'll take them outside, down to the compost bin, compost them, turn it back into soil.
And
repeat the cycle over and over again.
That's great. What kind of tree is this?
This is a fig tree.
A fig tree? I thought they only grew in the south.
Normally they do, and that gives you some indication of the type of temperatures we're able to maintain inside here year-round. As a matter of fact, have you ever had a fresh fig?
No.
No, probably only in a fig Newton?
Yes.
Would you like to try one?
Sure.
If you could place your foot there and hold that so I don't fall over, I'll see if I can pluck this down. Okay. Thanks. Now, that's what a fresh fig looks like.
It's funny. Doesn't look like a fig Newton.
Well, the way that you eat it now is just take it by there and just split it open. And that's your meat. Now, why don't you try a bite of this? You may be pleasantly surprised.
Just
eat it.
Just like that?
Just like that.
That's good.
Most people, I think, have never had the pleasure of having a fresh fig, especially people that live in the Northeast and a place like this. But this is just one of the things you can do if you have a greenhouse or a bioshelter like this geodesic dome.
They call their largest bioshelter the Cape Cod Ark. It's a more traditional design with a wall of plastic that faces south to catch the sun. On this day, it was about 45 degrees outside and 90 degrees in the Ark. The water in the fish tanks stores the sun's heat for the night, and the plants and vegetables thrive.
So these are tropical fish, tilapia, from Southeast Asia and Africa. It's a herbivorous or vegetarian fish for the most part, so we don't have to put a lot of energy in to get energy out, and that's really important for us. It is a pretty hardy and durable fish, and finally, it's a good tasting fish.
The fish are weighed periodically to check their growth and to decide when they should be harvested and eaten. There were so many fish in that little tank, I figured it would be a breeze to net one.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Still got my small one.
It was a little hotter than it looked.
I think they know what we're up to right now. They actually know what we need. It's a longer net.
Actually, it was a lot hotter than it looked.
It's going to be, yeah.
Needed a longer net.
Yeah. It's,
All day.
Got it?
All day. I got him. I still got him.
Okay.
I had that sucker. I see where they are. I got one.
You got one?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a pretty good size one.
I think Greg was trying to be polite, since our catch didn't weigh all that much.
That's 30 grams.
All right, from tank 1A. Great. Now let's put him back in before he dies. Well, it's your first experience of fish farming. Oh, ready for a little lunch?
Yes.
All right.
It was great to be able to pick our own salads right off the plant. We weighed and measured what we took. New Alchemy keeps track of how much energy is put into each system and how much food comes out. They want to develop efficient models so any family can use their methods.
That's 210, exactly.
Okay.
I don't know if it was because I picked it myself or because it was grown without chemicals, but that salad sure tasted good. Or maybe I was just hungry. Anyhow, Greg had a nice surprise for me while we ate.
One is a gardening book that was written by the members of the New Alchemy Institute, so that wherever you go, remembering that you can take what we've done here and apply it anywhere, literally. Grow your own garden. We've also got a package of sacred basil seeds for you. All right? And plant those and always remember us.
I will. Thanks a lot.
And thank you. Eat. Enjoy.